In this video, I will share with you 10 ways on how to make him interested in you again. Hello, my name is Greta Bereisaite. I'm dating and relationship coach for women. For the awesome high-value women secrets, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. And if you like some of my merch, Chase Goals Not Drama, you can get it in my YouTube store. So if you're in a situation where you feel that he's losing attraction for you, there are reasons for it. And in many cases, not always, but in many cases, you can still fix it. Sometimes you can even fix it in the worst case scenario where he's literally walking all over you, taking you completely for granted, seems like he really doesn't care about you. Even in these type of scenarios, you can still try and light up that fire with a couple sticks if you feel like he is worth it. Anyway, so without further ado, the tip number one, and it might sound quite obvious, but usually people don't notice it. So, if a guy has been taking you for granted and he is not paying attention to you, or he doesn't want to talk to you as much or spend time with you, or he keeps ignoring you or avoiding you, or maybe you ask him to do something and he doesn't do it, you feel undervalued and you feel unhappy. And when we feel unhappy, we start to nag. Can you take the rubbish out? Can you empty the dishwasher? Why do I always have to remind you to clean after yourself? We don't go out like we used to go out. You don't do this for me. You don't do that for me. And you keep kind of nagging and complaining and blaming because you're unhappy, because you feel like he's taking you for granted. The problem with this, ladies, is that the more you nag and complain, the less that person wants to fix things and do things for you. We actually, when we hear somebody nag and complain, we want to remove ourselves even more from that person, even if it's our fault that we are behaving this way. So what I would recommend you to do instead is focus on your goals, focus on some hobbies, do some fun things. It can be anything, but I would recommend you to do maybe some things with other people. So maybe take up a dancing class, maybe join a gym. Maybe gym is a bit too boring, so maybe join like a tennis club or do like an activity where it's a positive, happy activity and you're also interacting with other people, and when you come back home you're in a good, happy, positive mood. And when you have like even short interactions with him, they are really positive and happy. And keep going this way. Shift your focus from him, from all the nagging and complaints and things that he doesn't do for you and makes you unhappy. Shift that focus on how to make yourself happy by doing things that you enjoy in your life. And then when you'll see you happy and positive, automatically he'll start to become more attracted to you. Because ladies, think about it, when we are happy, but I know when I'm happy and when I'm positive, people are magnetized by me. They want to spend more time with me. But when I'm constantly nagging or complaining or I'm in a bad place, people they kind of try and avoid me because I'm not fun to be with. So instead of blaming, make yourself happy. Step by step, he will want to spend more time with you. Number two, don't be so available for him. So this is more in dating or when you're in a relationship, but don't play it as a game, right? Don't say like, oh, I can't see you this week because you're secretly watching TV, but you're telling him that you're taking a part in your hobby. Don't lie. when you will do what I told you to do in the point number 1, automatically you will become less available because you will be focused on your hobbies and things that make you happy. He will see that you're less available, and now you will become actually more valuable. When you see a guy whenever he wants to see you, like that last second, you're saying that you don't really have a life and you don't really have friends or hobbies or goals. Or you're also showing him that you will just drop everything for him and just put him as a priority. You will put him as a pedestal because his life is more important than yours, and you will go to him. When you behave this way, you automatically reduce your value and worth, because you're reducing value and worth in your life by taking your own life for granted, by like putting it aside for him. Good guys who want a girlfriend that is happy and that has a life. You know, when girls get needy or naggy, they even encourage girls to actually go out there and meet people, to have some hobbies and do fun things. You know, guys who are more like selfish or possessive or jealous, we don't encourage that, because we feel happy when you're unhappy, because we're like, okay, I just can't control her more. But healthy guys who want what's good for you, they will even encourage you to go out there and meet some friends and have some fun, because he will know that automatically you will become more attractive in his eyes. And of course that's better for him, because if he's a healthy, good guy who wants the best for you, he will feel in love with you. Number 3, let him come to you. I remember this story where this girl, let's call her Lucy, right? She was dating this really amazing guy. He was an athlete, he was dark, tall and handsome, right? And she said that we were arranging to meet up, and she was saying, oh, I will come to you, I'll just catch the train and will come to you. And the guy said to my client, he said, no, don't come to me, I want to come to you. He saw the potential in a serious relationship with that girl, and he wanted to feel like a man going towards his girl. He wanted to feel like he is pursuing his girl. So ladies, this just comes down to my other videos, why you should not chase or pursue a guy, because men love this feeling. Why do we love this feeling? Because it makes them feel masculine, it makes them feel manly. Men who are self-aware and they see a potential in you being a serious girlfriend, they will want to do things for you. And your job is to let them do these things. Number 4, when you are on the dates together, have fun with him. I keep saying this over and over again, and a lot of girls say, well, I don't want to make the dates really shallow and just have fun with him. I want to talk about us and our relationship and where is this going, and I want to talk about the deep things. But ladies, a lot of times you meet up with a guy, and when you bring the topics of the issues that you're having, when you're having that communication about your problems, a lot of times you put this heavy negative energy on the time that you're spending together. And you know, if you're gonna be sharing things that you don't like in a relationship, and you'll share the things that he doesn't like in a relationship, a lot of time it will just become blaming and complaining, and you both leaving this date unhappy. And when you leave the date unhappy, you kind of don't want to have another date, because why would you want to spend more time with that person if the feelings that you remember about that person are negative, bad feelings? When you remember that person or that date, you feel stressed and heavy feeling inside. You know, you don't want to do that. Instead, I would recommend, when you're with a guy, rebuild your relationship on fun things, on light-hearted things. Remember why you ended up liking each other in the first place. In the beginning, probably when you were dating, you were having fun together, you were laughing, everything was exciting. So come back to this light-heartedness. Remind each other why you fell in love or why you liked each other in the first place. And when it comes to the unresolved problem, the guy will automatically want to resolve these issues or these problems. He'll start to experience a good time from you, and he'll start to experience some fun from you. And then step by step, as you go along, instead of talking about the problems that you guys are having, just set in boundaries day by day, step by step, in a very, very light-hearted or sometimes even jokey way. And again, how to set in boundaries, I have an incredible video right here. And also, like, setting in boundaries in a jokey, fun way works sometimes even much better than a serious way. So I do have a lot of videos on Banter, and I'm gonna try and find one for you ladies, and I'll link it right here as well. Number 5, if you accidentally came into a situation where you pursued him by sharing your feelings with him first, and you were just really open, and after that he said he doesn't feel the same way, or he's not ready for a relationship, and he pulled away and he's messaging you less, let him be. Like, give him time to calm down, and you yourself focus on your hobbies and doing the fun things in life. Then he will eventually miss you or will want to check in. Do you still have those feelings for him? He will get in touch with you. And when he gets in touch with you, like, drop all the low value behavior that you've been having and which made him like pull away from you, and start to behave high value, start to behave light-hearted, start to behave more chilled and fun, and let the guy do the pursuit and do the moves without adding any pressure towards anything. Ladies, please check out my video right here, why you should not wear your heart on a sleeve if you accidentally overshared your feelings with him and he pulled away after, as there is a big possibility to fix it if you just behave correctly in a high value way and redeem yourself from it slowly. Number 6, if you're single and you want his interest to come back to you, to gain it back, definitely keep your options open and date others. Don't focus just on one guy. You don't need to announce it. It's kind of obvious. Single people keep their options open. You can date as many guys as you like, so you're not focused on that one guy. When you date more people, you don't put so much pressure on that guy that stands out to you, that you like the most. And you know, if this guy kind of drops off, you still won't feel as bad. You'll know that you have way more options than him. Never put all your eggs into one basket when you're dating, as the guy that you like the most will always sense it, as very likely you'll end up putting so much pressure on dating only him. He'll start to sense that pressure and react by stepping back from you, and of course you don't want this to happen. Number 7, if you're in a relationship and you cannot date others, or maybe you're married and you live together and you cannot date others, this is where you need to focus again on going out more your hobbies, or if you cannot go out, maybe you're a mom at home and you have kids, maybe focus on creating a business or reading more books. Shift your energy from him and make yourself happy with what you've got. There are tons of things that you can do at home. He is shifting your mind from him and putting it on things that make you happy, and you get happier from those hobbies or the goals that you're doing, you'll feel better. And when you're with him, your energy around him will feel better, and this is when he'll slowly will want to spend more time with you. Number 8, ladies, make sure that in the messages you're not over texting. So when he texts you, reply. Keep your text messages breezy, fun, and lighthearted with maybe a couple of jokes. Obviously, he kind of needs to lead with jokes, but don't over text, don't overshare. When you overshare your life in the text messages, a lot of times there is not even a point for a guy to meet up with you. Couples who usually have long conversations during the text messages, we usually don't see each other as often because there is no point for it. Because when you see each other, you just repeat everything that you already shared in the text messages. So there is no excitement, there is no fun. And at the same time, you're kind of really opening yourself to him. You're becoming as an open book. You're oversharing, you're over speaking. And you know, as we say, mystery is the power of seduction, not an open book. Even in the Bible, it says, God says that you shouldn't speak too much. It actually says that in the Bible, in the Proverbs somewhere, it says speak less. When you speak too much, usually you say something silly or some nonsense. So think before you speak and try and speak less. When you speak less, people wonder more, what are you thinking? And at the same time, you're becoming a mystery, which is the power of seduction. If you would like to know how to stay attractive via text, I have an amazing video for sale, which I will drop in the video description box below. Number 9, don't tell him what to do. So this is how I would say a lot of girls nowadays are bosses, right? Girl boss and all of that, which is all cool, but then we find it really hard to shift their energy when in a relationship. We still take that energy from work and we tell a guy what to do at home as well. You must stop controlling him at home and let him lead. So for example, if you're a better cook than he is and he is cooking, right? He's cooking a meal and you're there and you're telling him, oh, you forgot to put in chili peppers. You didn't slice the carrots the right way, slice it that way. Oh, you have to boil the water for this amount of time. Oh, you didn't do this right. No, like, don't do that. That's controlling. You're taking the lead. This is very masculine behavior. Guys cannot stand that. If he is cooking in the kitchen, he's being the chef and he says, babe, can you like slice the carrots? And you want to help, then you slice the carrots the way that he wants you to slice the carrots, because he's cooking, he's the chef. You don't give suggestions and you don't tell him how to do things. If you're giving suggestions and you're telling him how to do things, then do it yourself, right? But if he's cooking, he's gonna do things his way. If the final result is not as good, you eat it and you say it was really delicious, thank you very much. Because if you will not do that, very likely he will not cook for you ever again. If you'll say it was really delicious, next time he might actually try to do it better. And you'll feel happy, you'll feel like a man. He cooked this whole meal all by himself and his lady loved it. If, of course, he asks you for tips, you can share some with him. But when you're sharing it, like share it like step by step, like give him a bit. And then if he asks for more, give him more tips. And then more tips if he asks for more. If he doesn't, keep your mouth shut, and even if it's not very good, you know, like it's delicious, babe. Number 10, it's all about balance, ladies. I was talking to a client recently and she is in a place where she is leading and she is kind of a boss and she just has everything in charge and she's scared to let things go at this time being, because she's scared that if she'll let it go, he'll take her for granted. So she's like in charge of everything and she's kind of holding on to her power. And obviously this is very, very exhausting because you start to behave really controlling and like a leader, right? And I said, let go of it, let go of it, let him lead. And she said to me, Greta, I'm scared to let go of it because in the past I used to do everything for him and I was nice, and I started doing things for his family members and people stopped appreciating and just walking all over me and taking me for granted. And this is when I said, like, yes, this was you being too nice and people pleasing, and that's what usually happens when you do that. People start to walk all over you and take you for granted. And this is you being controlling and scared and taking the lead and behaving too masculine. These both ways don't work. It needs to be in the middle. It needs to be the right balance. So what I would recommend you ladies is be a nice girl, be a good girl with boundaries. So if you feel like you're agreeing with him, let him take that lead. I personally love it when a guy takes the lead. I'm just like, take the lead, babe. Especially if I'm happy with his lead, whatever he decides, I'm very chilled, I'm really easy. Yeah, like, just take the lead. But if I don't like something or I disagree with something, the boundary will be coming in like this. He may not even notice the boundary, but the boundary will come. So my point is, like, be a nice good girl with boundaries. You're a nice good girl, things just flow. It's chilled, it's easy, there is no friction. He wants to go that way, you go that way if you're happy with it. Next time he'll ask, maybe you want to go this way or that way, babe, and then you're like, yeah, I would like to do this or I would like to do that. It's gonna be just an easy vibe, a chilled flow. However, if you sense he's rude, or if you'll feel like you don't want to go the way he wants to go, you just set in a boundary and you just say no. It's not that difficult. However, it does take a little bit of practice to like find this kind of balance. And when people don't know how to do that, usually go in total extremes. Either we are too nice or we are too controlling, and this just does not work. So ladies, these were my 10 ways on how to make him interested in you again. If you liked this video, please press like. Let me know in the comments below what. Follow me on my Instagram is called Ladies Relationship Coach. And for one-on-one with me or a member of my team, for VIP group coaching, book me through my website, which is called Bereisaite.com. And if you would like to know how to stay attractive via text, games, men play on women, how to control your emotions, how to get your ex back, how to love yourself, or if you have a little hobby that you would like to make into an online business, I have all of these video packages for sale on my website Bereisaite.com, and I will drop a link in my video description box below on how to get them and as a pinned comment under this video. Thank you for watching, my ladies. Have a beautiful day. Kisses from Dorset. Mwah.